we'll move to the next question. We still have a stack left, but we've only got about 10 minutes left. If anybody else has any questions, please get them turned in to us, and we'll see what we got, and we'll go through them. But I'm going to read this one. We'll start with Linda's response first. Should trustees vote on staff recommended expenditures without first getting community input? Sure. Should trustees vote on staff recommended expenditures without first getting community input?
Yes, I believe that the trustees, you know, the big items like a rec center has to go out for a vote, but the normal operating expenses, I don't think the budget is out there. It's attainable, the list of expenses. I mean, it's out there for people to know, or if they're really concerned about something, they can come in and check it out. But if you start involving the residents in every single purchase, I think it won't work. So, no.
Okay, Milt.
I think that's why you have a budgetary process. That's where the input needs to be, is at that level, not at the granular level where you say, did this person get a raise, should this person get a raise? If that's what the question was referring to. Part of it is you need the participation at the higher level. You can analyze line item however you want to do it, and then you have to rely on the managers below that level to carry that process out, to carry that procedure out. That's why you have managers. That's why you have a top level, a mid-level, next level, a staff level, whatever you have. It's not. It doesn't go from here all the way up to here and then from here down to here. That's not an efficient process, and you really become cumbersome and bogged down in some of this detail. What you want to do is streamline the process. And if the question is, do we vote on every raise that this person is going to make? No. Do you vote on the budget of the entire personnel? Yes. But then that's the job of the people that are entrusted with trying to allocate those dollars.
Okay, thank you. Janie.
The budget process, I totally agree with what's been said. The budget process is advertised. We want people to come and be a part of it. We welcome that. Each department has a certain amount of money that is agreed upon, and we simply cannot be involved with everyone out there. The public has the input in the budget process. That's where we want you. And from then on, to start in the scope of things, like some people say, in the weeds, and you can't do that. We would never get anything done. It's done in the budget process, and we want you there. That's where you have the input, and you can help us determine what you think is the best way and the best distribution for the budget. So come, be a part of that. And but then that is it. We can't always go back and have every item, every expense be determined by the public. Do it in the budget.
Thank you. Jim Gardner.
I have written down here, I put yes and no. I think that the budgetary process sets the priority, and then I have written down the board sets priorities, the staff makes it happen. And I think we are if this is the board, we do the philosophical things, and we get that from the people on individual things. And so we take that, we put it in a thing called the budget. And then when we go from there, we say, okay, staff, this is what we want. And so if the budget is done properly and written properly, then the people can see what we are doing with, as one piece of that we work from is the budget. And so if they have a budget that the staff can read and the people can read, then we're all get on the same page. And if you have something, then it's done that way. More, and And so the staff is making it happen with the supervision of the board.
Okay. Jim Anthony.
Well, I would, excuse me, have to agree. The budget process is where the town and the individuals need to be. A couple of years ago, there was a big discussion about a very big increase in the mill levy. That meeting room over at the police department was standing room only that night. That's one of the first time, only times I've seen this community come to this budget process in those numbers in the 6 years I've been there. There wasn't hardly anybody at this time. The meetings are announced far ahead. There's at least 2 public hearings on it, if I'm reminding. And they're getting further and further towards the center of the summer. So it's not a crash course towards when, oh, we have to have it done right this minute. We have a good finance director doing a wonderful job on it. And that's when you have to have your input. There's a discussion time there to say, hey, you know, we've looked this thing over because it's on the website. You can come and get a copy of the proposal and go down the line item and say, whoa, this is out of line. Or you come and say, can we do this with this budget? Is there money for something that you want done? That's when it has to be done. But we can't micromanage these departments. That's why we have supervisors. And we have to trust them. We have to make sure we have competent people in those that are going to work with your tax dollars. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Reed.
I think everybody has agreed on this, and I agree with everybody else. It's your input is definitely needed at the budget process. Once that budget is set and we have everyone's approval on it, then it's a done deal. No reason to look at every single penny once we've done the budget. So I'll leave it at that.
Well, again, I think that everybody has said about, you know, so no need for me to repeat it, but I think the main thing is that, you know, we have trust in staff, and we know that they're going to put together a good budget. And anyway, yeah, just having trust in them. So.
Okay. Thanks, Lois. And Jordan.
I would have to agree for the most part. There are times where things have gone over budget in Milliken since I've lived here, and you know, so we need to be mindful of you know, plan properly. And but I think aside from that, staff does a fairly good job, and just make sure that we are paying attention. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're coming close to time here, so we'll go ahead and cut questions, and we'll finish up here with candidate final statements. We'll begin with Milt. Each candidate has 2 minutes. Ready, set, go.
Okay. This mayor election, it's like a job interview. When I've been interviewed, and when I've interviewed other people, it comes down to 3 basic questions, 3 main questions, and everything else is a subset of those questions. One's, can you do the job? Will you love the job? And can we work with you? Everything else, you probe a little deeper in order to get those answers. Can you do the job? I got the skill set, I have the leadership qualities, I have the interpersonal strengths to be able to do that. I can communicate with people. I can get feedback from you. I can get the job done. We love the job. I have the motivation. I'm not driving down to Denver every day like I did, so I'm not burned out when I come back here. I was driving down there, and I was spending a lot of time down there, and that's why I said, you know, enough of this. I'm not being a trustee anymore. I can't devote enough time to doing a good job here. I can do that now because I'm working mainly from home. Occasionally I'll travel down there, but I don't as often as I have in the past. I'll tell you what, I'm not in it for the dollars. I guarantee you that. But I do think it's going to be a challenge in order to do so, and I love challenges. Can we work with you? You can work with me. I'm a good fit. I listen to people. I can take that and I can integrate it into a process. I do a good job of planning. I have good organizational skills. I monitor. I process. Get feedback. Go back and let's reestablish what we need to do here. If we need to change the game plan, we'll squeak it a little bit, tweak it a little bit. But we don't just do it from the shoot from the hip type of operation. I think if you do a better job of planning, you get better implementation, you get better results. If you do a poor job of planning, it also results in poor results. I'll stop.
During the past 4 years, despite a really tough national economy and state budget, Milliken has grown and improved. Things like the new police station and meeting house, new businesses, elimination of a huge debt, streamlining our local government, for just a few. Your town leadership has worked very hard on your behalf on all the things that have changed while preserving all that is good in the town, its friendliness, its small town appeal, and its sense of community. I have loved being your mayor. I have loved going out and talking and meeting with all of you. And I look forward to the opportunity to continue to do that, to help Milliken grow into the town that it can be, with expanded senior services, expanding Dove Valley perhaps, the downtown plaza with a home for the Historical Society, getting increased grant money, and importantly, increased involvement by the members of the community. And there's no reason why a town with so many strengths, its diversity, its location, and its resources should not be able to grow while preserving all its strengths. Most of all, for the next 4 years, I look forward to working with Milliken's greatest resource, its people. So I ask you on April 3rd that I would appreciate your vote, but no matter who you vote for, please go vote. This is your town and it's your decision. And you may notice that on the back shelf where Peggy and Ted are, there are a group of flyers. Please take some of the flyers. It has good information for all of you. Thank you.
I put down here staff and budget, and would be my priorities. And so I think that we have dollars to work with, and I am a great team player. I can be part of the team, but that doesn't mean I won't be an individual thinker first. And I might do away with, say, something when you discuss it and play devil's advocate. But I just will still, most of the votes, I usually am in line with everybody else because there's only minor things that are differences in philosophy about how you do things. And so I think I can be a good team player for Milliken on the board, but also be an individual thinker for the individual who has a problem with the town. They can always come to see me, or will be just anywhere. And so I think that that's for setting the priorities of the board. I can have people say, these are my priorities, and I will carry those on to the people. And I might not win them all, but I win a few of them. And so I think that would be the best, is that I would fight for the people who had different priorities. That's it.